So, my dear students, now let us study in detail how do plants prepare food, or we can say how are autotrophs prepare food. Autotrophs, for example, the green plants which synthesize food, the process is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. The green plants prepare food by a process which is known as photosynthesis. And you know, children, how are the plants able to synthesize food? You know, the plants have special green structures known as chloroplast. This chloroplast contains a pigment which is known as chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll is capable of absorbing solar energy, and as a result the plants can synthesize their own food. So which part of the plant is capable of preparing food? Especially we can say the food factory of the plant is known as leaf. Leaves are the food factory of the plants. Why? Because leaves contain a green pigment chlorophyll. As a result, the leaves look green. So, the green pigment known as chlorophyll capable of absorbing sunlight. As a result, the leaf can prepare food, and we can say leaves are the food factory of the plant. Now let us study the structure of a leaf. This is a leaf. I have drawn a picture also on the board. This is a leaf. A leaf has a long stalk. A leaf has a long stalk. This stalk is known as petiole, with which it gets attached to the plants. And the leaf has a broad blade-like structure. This broad blade is known as lamina. And if you observe carefully, you will be able to see that the leaf has a midrib. A midrib. There are tube-like structures present in the leaves, which are a central midrib, and sidewise there are veins are present in the leaf. Okay, so the materials necessary for the photosynthesis is get inside the plant body through these tubes and veins known as the midrib and veins. Okay, children, now let us see the leaf. This is the structure of a leaf. Whenever we cut a small portion from the leaf and observe under the microscope, you will be able to see the leaf in such a way. Okay, so it is made up of many cells, and these cells are arranged in such a way that inside the leaf there are air spaces, and the cells are arranged, and at the upper side and lower side of the leaf is made up of specialized cells, and in the lower side of the leaf you will be able to see some bean-shaped cells. These bean-shaped cells are known as guard cells, and these bean-shaped cells can form a small tiny opening which is known as stoma. The plural of stoma is stomata. You might have learned about stomata earlier. Stomata. If you study in detail the structure of a stomata and guard cells, it will be just like this. So these two are the guard cells. These guard cells are bean shaped, and these inside the guard cells there is a small slit like opening. This opening is known as stoma. And through the stoma, what is the function of this stoma, you know? Through the stoma, the plants absorb carbon dioxide. Through the stoma, the plants absorb carbon dioxide. Now, let us study what are the requirements of photosynthesis. What are the requirements of photosynthesis? The requirements of photosynthesis are carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. What are the requirements of photosynthesis? The requirements of photosynthesis are carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. So, the carbon dioxide necessary for the photosynthesis is available to the plants through the stomata. Through the stomata, the plants will be absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And how does the plant gets water? The plants get water from the soil, which is absorbed by the roots of the plant, and from the roots the water is transported to other parts of the plant through tubes and vessels. This is present, and first the roots absorb the water. From the roots it is passes into the stem. From the stems it is passes into the leaves. And the leaves, inside the leaves, the water and minerals will be available to the plants through the veins and drip present in the leaves. This is how water is available to the plants. Then sunlight. How does the plants get sunlight, you know? The plants have green pigment. If you go through the section of a leaf, you will be able to see green dots present inside the leaves. These green leaf dots are called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is capable of absorbing solar energy. And finally, the sunlight. The sunlight is normally getting from the nature. So, the chlorophyll absorbs solar energy or sunlight, and water and carbon dioxide are also available to the plants, and they will synthesize food. Children, you know, what is the role of sun? What is the role of sun? And the green plants are capable of preparing food with the help of water, solar energy, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is already present in the green plants. Carbon dioxide is available from the atmosphere. Water will be available to the plants from the soil. Then, what is the role of solar energy? You know, for preparing any kind of need, we need heat energy. The energy will only convert the food into cooked one. The same is happening in the case of photosynthesis also. So, in photosynthesis, sun is the ultimate source of energy. So, this energy is utilized by the plants and they prepare food. The prepared food is stored in the plants, and when other organisms eat these plants, they will get food from these plants. And some organisms eat other organisms. So the organisms or the animals which eat other animals, for example, a lion eats goat. The goat eats plant. So finally, the sun is the ultimate source of energy, which is responsible for the existence of all organisms.